Hey there everybody, it's Vibrant again, and this time I'm doing an audio commentary of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Team Friendship. It's actually not by me, it's by a girl whose screen name is Oranges and Pears, and she won a contest of mine, and I decided to give this to her as a prize, and I hope she likes it. So here we go. It wasn't done, I have nothing to do with the comic, so I can't really give you any background information, but I can at least give you my impressions of the story, which I hope is entertaining in some manner. So the first page is just black, basically, with some text. And I'll say that, well, I have to admit, it's kind of a lazy way to start something off, but I'm not really... I should excuse myself from that because there was a comic I was going to start, and I started out the same way, even though I thought it was lazy. And I forgive Oranges because the line about he knew it was coming but it felt so unexpected, I love that line. Starting off a comic on a good line is always a plus. So I really don't mind in this case the black with the just text and speech. Something I really like in this comic is the comedy. Here we have Pika-Pee and Chica meeting for the first time, and then there's an earthquake, and Chica's just like, oh, it's just another earthquake, and he's like, oh, okay, kind of a thing, and they just go on like it never happened, and it's just kind of amusing to me. Oh, it's just an earthquake, it's no big deal. So now we have Azumarill, the Azumarill, making an appearance for the first time, and it's been a while since I played the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon game, either of them actually, and I believe in the game you go after a Caterpie and a Butterfree comes to you, if I'm remembering right. It's been a long time, maybe I just read that in a comic, but I also like how Oranges and Pears, although kind of following the storyline of the game, has changed things around a bit, like making an Azumarill and an Azurill instead. There's other characters that have been changed around and characters have been added and things like that. Even with my own comic, I do the same kind of thing. I change things and just to make it more interesting and to suit my needs and my story and make it my own. And so that's something I've liked. Something I can talk about a little bit is, well, you can see the pages just went black and white here, and before they were hand drawn and colored, at least for page 7 on or so. I can't remember exactly what page, but they were hand drawn and then colored with, looks like colored pencils, and that takes a lot of effort and dedication, I think, on Orange's part to actually do it by hand. Like when I color, I just scan them to the computer and use the fill bucket, so it's just lazy. But to actually color it by hand, I would never be able to do it. Maybe that's why they went black and white, and then eventually she was able to do it on a computer, and she's just improving and finding her own style and niche and how she's going to do it, and I can understand and appreciate that as a comic artist myself. We actually kind of had one of my favorite characters introduced here, James of Team Rocket. He's my favorite character in the comic, and it was more in a flashback, but he's introduced at least a little bit, so that's fun to have in Chapter 1. So that was the end of Chapter 1 here. I hope you liked it, Oranges, and thanks again for entering my contest, and congratulations on first prize. So thanks for joining me, and bye.